excellency ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cambodia Global Dialogue of Southeast Asia TV. For those, again, I have to say it again that for those who have not seen the show, this show is really about bringing experience, know-how, exposure from the rest of the world to bring to Cambodia through a frank exchange, frank dialogue with the personality, national, regional, or international. And today we have the pleasure to welcome a Cambodian national who has studied and lived abroad in Paris, who come back here, and the theme of our show today is about Cambodia and the ICT. Welcome, Pily. Well, Pily Wong is right now hold a few position in the country. He's the foremost country manager of Microsoft in Cambodia. He's also the president of the French Cambodian Chamber of Commerce and the president of the ICT Business Association in Cambodia. But maybe, Pily, I'd like to give you the floor for you to say something a bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Siphana, for this invitation to this wonderful talk show. Few words about my background. My parents are original from Cambodia, and they, during the Pol Pot regime, left Cambodia to go to France as a refugee. So that's why I grew up in France and studied there until 2002. My parents had the opportunity to come back to Cambodia for business. So they came back first as a distributor in automotive business. We are distributing Mercedes-Benz,
yes.
Volkswagen.
Okay.
And I joined them in 2002 after my studies. So I worked there for 6-7 years, and then Microsoft came to Cambodia. They had this very strong interest after the big success they have had in Vietnam.
Yes.
So they looked for someone who can help them manage their representative office, and they found me.
Okay.
Good. And because I am very interested in high tech,
yes.
in also joining a very big company. So I immediately seized the opportunity, and now I have the title of country manager with Microsoft Corporation. And I'm also very proud that, and so important and strategic position is held by Cambodian.
Very good, very good. Pily, well, for those in the industry, ICT is common, but it's more than computer, it's more than telecom. It's about technology, and in the rest of the world now, ICT play a big part in many country economic development. Cambodia, when you mentioned Pol Pot and everything, we all went through, the country went through, and it's been almost 20 years that we have peace and stability and everything. And you see the emergence of the local economy, the traditional economy, which is more garment, tourism, construction. But more and more, ICT is really contributing a big chunk for the local economy. Perhaps you may want to say a bit about the industry that you see, that you witness the growth.
Yes. Well, nowadays, you cannot run a business without the IT tools. So, because the companies, the competitions are getting stronger and stronger. So, and IT is there to increase the productivity and efficiency. So nowadays, for all business, IT is a very important part of it. And Cambodia is an emerging market. It has very strong growth.
Yeah.
So along with this, of course, IT plays a very important role. It's actually allowing Cambodian companies to catch up, with the international standard in terms of productivity. So, and I can see it, very clearly in the sector that we have a growth of about 30% a year.
30%,
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yes. So it's actually a very big potential market for Cambodia to grow.
I'm now speaking to you more as the president of the ICT Business Association, and both of us, where I have the pleasure to also serve the association. The vision of the ICTBA is in a few years' time, in 5 years' time, to help this country claim its place in the IT world, the so-called Silicon Valley of ASEAN. That Cambodia should be one, of the place where big IT companies should come relocate. That's a vision that you're pushing when you're running for the president of the ICT Business Association. Please, could you share a bit about your vision?
Yes. Let's talk a bit about the background, because Cambodia is a country where people don't have access to education, at least most of the people. So we are starting from zero, and the problem is the job. So how can we, just put people directly to the high-tech world?
Yes.
So of course we have to do it progressively, and of course we are offering now very low-skilled jobs, like in garment factories. They work very hard and earn very less. So yeah, for me, I always envision to see Cambodia as to be no more emerging market, to be a developed market. So I always think of ways how to help Cambodia to have a big boost. That's explained my very strong participation in the associations, and also contributing to the development of industry. And when I joined Microsoft, I saw that the ICT industry in Cambodia is still a bit weak. Of course, most of the job offering are in bigger industries such as garment, such as tourism, and the high-tech industry is still at its infant stage. And we, of course, see some players in the industry, but they are all working separately and competing each other.
Okay.
So I think there is a very big synergy that we can try to find. If everyone cooperate, we always are stronger, by joining forces. So that came the idea of having the ICT Association, ICTBA, that we created together. And we have a very strong vision, which is to have Cambodia being one of the Silicon Valley within ASEAN. And slowly, I hope that we can offer more and more high-tech job for the Cambodian people with higher added value, so that they switch from using a sewing machine to a computer.
Pily, the other night when we have these meetings, and then we have some presentation where two of the very bright Cambodian, so-called software engineer stood up to make a presentation about, so many different things relating to technology. I was very impressed because, you think of engineer, Cambodia can build the road, can build the building, the bridge, whatever, but it's very new. That title itself the title of software engineer. My God, I mean, it's like, what is it? You know, we're not used to it. And here, you see some Cambodians who are well qualified, well trained, you know, to stand up and to be able to do all that. You see a lot of this sort of a position being learned, acquired, graduate, put into the workforce. What do you think?
Yes, I think it's not impossible for Cambodia to catch up. The reason why is that technology is changing every day.
Yeah.
Every day we see new technology. So it's not because you learn IT for 10 years then that you have the advantage, because what you learn is already obsolete.
Yes, exactly.
So now if Cambodia is starting to learn, you know, it's never too late.
Yes,
That's the advantage of
Yeah.
learning IT. And so we are trying to support this. And how are we going to do? Basically, when we created this association, we had brainstorming with all the founding members.
Yes, yes.
And we see that there must be three pillars in our mission. The first one would be to enhance the business of the industry.
Yeah.
So how to make all the IT service providers successful in their business, stronger.
Yes.
Because more and more we see, you know, overseas investment coming in,
Yeah, yeah.
and of course it will compete with our local ones.
Yes.
So how to make them strong enough, you know, to fight. And then second is the education.
Yes.
How we can work together with different universities to build better curriculum for the students, so that once the student is graduated,
Yeah.
they can immediately join the workforce. So this we are working very hard with the universities. So we have the idea of visiting each of them,
Yes, yes.
improving together the curriculum, and
Yes.
also conduct some seminars with
Yes.
panel speakers
Okay.
to guide the students in what they want to do, so that they won't waste too much time.
Yes, yes.
you know.
What sort of position in the IT world? What sort of position that a particular student studying, graduating, and then they could be what, IT software engineer? They could be what else? What sort of thing they should?
At
They
the
should-
moment,
yeah.
we are actually facing quite a big problem
Yes.
in this. Well, according to a survey
Yes.
which is done by CIST,
Yes.
it reveals that 70% of the students studying IT cannot find a job.
70%.
Yes.
Wow.
So what happens, you know? And we see on the other side a lot of companies which says that they cannot hire people in IT.
So there's a conflict somewhere.
There's a conflict somewhere, and it's in fact in the curriculum,
Yeah.
which is not so adapted. So we are working to fix that.
Okay, good. So the main thing is that when they graduate, they don't have the necessary knowledge or skill or a level of sophistication
Yes.
that would equate their degree.
Yeah,
And that's why the
that's
company cannot hire it. Interesting. So the ICTBA is trying to help at least improve the curriculum and the quality of the education.
Yes.
Okay, great, great.
Because
so that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
job is one of the key points that you know, make people interested into this industry.
Yes.
Because at the end, you know, what can an industry offer? You know, except to the big boss who are making a lot of money. You know, we have to think of the whole picture.
Yes,
And
yes.
also take care of the population.
So aside from assisting university upgrade their curriculum and ensure that when the student graduate, they will be well qualified to get a job. What are the thing that the association is looking to do in a few years' time?
Yeah, so we are looking in having regular meetings
Yes.
with universities and teachers
Yes.
especially to review their curriculum, what are they teaching to students, whether
Okay.
it's relevant
Yes.
to the industry needs.
Yes.
So we would be there to continuously advise them and update also the knowledge.
Yes.
Then on the other side, like I said, we will conduct seminars and give some kind of orientation to the students.
Yes, yeah. I look one area that I think this country need to work hard because we're missing on a big opportunity in terms of e-commerce, e-business. I mean, you go to Europe, you go to America, you go Australia, everybody buying stuff from the iPad,
Yes.
So personally myself, I'm a writer. I love to write books, but I figure out that look, if I write and I print 5,000 copy, my market here is very small. My cost of printing the book will be too expensive. But if I can, have post my book, sell online, a $10 book, a $20 book, I have the whole world who would want to buy something if they want to know about Cambodia, for example.
Yes, this is if they want to buy,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But the problem is, okay, we are facing is piracy.
Okay.
This is
I see.
a very big problem,
Yes.
especially in Cambodia.
Yeah, piracy, intellectual property protection.
Yes, we lack a bit of this.
We do have a law, though. We do have a law on copyright, but I think the enforcement is still to be desired.
Yes, you're right. And also because, well, people say that, okay, not before 2013, the law will be applied.
Yes, yes, yes.
So nowadays, everybody is just copying everything
Yes,
and
yes. Yeah.
using without proper licensing.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
it's a bit limiting the confidence
Yes.
that the foreign investors can have for
Yes,
Cambodia.
okay.
And that's a very pity because for us as Microsoft, we entered the market hoping that we can show the example, lead by example.
Yes, yes.
Please come to Cambodia to invest. It's
Yes.
safe.
Yeah.
The political situation is so stable.
Yes.
I think it's one of the most stable in
Yes.
ASEAN countries. And it has good resources. We have a lot of people, asking for jobs.
Yes, yes.
The labor cost is not that high.
Yes.
So please come.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, at the same time, people say to us like, "Oh, you go there, but they are not buying your product. So how do you deal
Yes, yes.
with this?"
In intellectual property protection.
Yes, we did a survey
Yes.
previously from an independent surveyor,
Yeah.
and this the research says that 95% of the software are pirated in Cambodia, which makes us the world champion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't want to be a champion on that side. On that
No,
side.
definitely
But
not.
but I think when the WTO commitment expired on the IP, I think there will be measure by the government to enforce that. The main thing is how do we find a gradual approach to introduce legitimate license, and how does people start to see that there are benefit into it, because ultimately, let's face it, when you use a good software, there's a lot of benefit because you have access to help, you have access to upgrade, you have access to so many things. Because if you think that investing a few $100 in a software is a waste of money, you're wrong, because you are investing in the productivity.
Yes.
Of your firm, of your business, of your practice. I think it's a matter on how the association could eventually spend a lot of time on awareness campaign. you know, that there are costs, of course, you know, but there are benefit in the long term.
Yes.
So I think I really encourage, you know, the association with you to push further for more of this awareness campaign, you know.
I think it will come naturally also. You know, by the time the country evolves and more people have access to proper education and we have more and more software developers, then, you know, they will slowly start to have the conscience about this matter.
Do you see also indigenous Cambodian language software development?
Yes, actually, we see a big potential in that because, okay, when you go outside of Phnom Penh, you know, people are not English literate anymore. So, yes, of course, it's a very big potential for Cambodia.
Yeah. You know, in your experience as well as in other countries where the bulk of their GDP growth, it's not, you know, anymore into construction or in the so-called the hard side of it. It's more all about soft side. You know, trade and service, for example, is all about IT.
Yes.
Trade and service is all about technology. You know, nowadays people don't have to leave their home and they still do the job. I went to US on vacation over Christmas, and I went to see, you know, a friend of mine who is the trademark examiner with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. They have like about 10,000 examiner. And when I walk up and down the building, I don't see that many people. So I say, look, where are the staff? It's a huge building. He says, most of our trademark examiner work from home because they don't want to spend 2 hours on the road, and because everything is all IT connected. They can do all their work, their examining, their review, their upload, download, whatever, all from home. And they come once a week just to check or whatever.
Yes.
So I think this is something that in the future, as Cambodia, you know, develop more the provincial area, you know, with IT, we could take knowledge to Kampong Cham, to Battambang, to Sihanoukville, you know, without having them to leave their family to come and study in Phnom Penh. You know, so there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of cost we could have saved, a lot of family that we could, you know, put together. Because I think it's very important that, for example, now the issue of rural migration, people coming from the countryside, leaving their parent, where they're supposed to also helping their parent in agriculture, they're looking for a job.
Yes.
But perhaps with IT growing, they could work at nighttime doing their work, you know, offline, online, and daytime help the parent in the rice field, for example.
Yeah, in fact, it's already happening.
Is that right?
In Cambodia. We are talking more and more about outsourcing.
Outsourcing, yes.
Yes. At Microsoft, we are seeing a shift of the IT services from the developed country toward the developing country. So because of labor, because of skills, you know, we have our IT skills in the industry, which is improving day by day. So more and more companies are actually subcontracting Cambodian companies to develop some software, maybe not the entire software, but some part of it. And so this is already happening. So the matter is just when will it expand to the provinces, as you say.
Okay, great. Well, you know, Pily, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the program. 30 minutes is very short on a subject that's so vast. But I hope to invite you next time in your capacity as president of the Cambodian French Chamber of Commerce, and perhaps we can talk a bit more about the francophonie, you know, the business aspect in there.
With pleasure.
But once again, thank you for coming and share with us your vision on how to help Cambodia position its place as one of the second Silicon Valley in ASEAN in I would say maybe 5 or 6 years down the road. So I want to say thank you for that one.
Yes, thank you, Siphana.
Yes.
And well, let's say good luck to the ICT industry.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Well, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of our show, but let me just conclude by saying that ICT is not something that you know we can just jump in and overnight develop a big industry. But for the last 10 years or so, there are so many development, and the fact that Microsoft is present, and that I know there's at least about 20 some top world known software who are now being utilized in the Cambodian economy, in the banking sector, in the telecom sector. So many things happening. So the future is there for Cambodia to grab for the next 4 or 5 years, that we should build the basis of the ICT so that it become a source of income, of revenue, of growth for the country. But Pily is quite mindful that we have to tackle the issue of intellectual property protection. We have to give the confidence to particularly foreign direct investor who pretty much nowadays consider that their main asset is software, for example. So this is something that I want the audience to take from our discussion. Again, I hope to see you all next week, and good night.